Welcome to Four Oak Street. So finally, after 6 weeks I think since I last posted, the bridge is completed, and it's been a long road to get it to this point, but I'm pretty pleased with it. So what I'm going to do is bring some locos around. Obviously you can't go too far at this point because the next module has not been completed. But I'll come back and show you a bit more detail on the bridge. Bit of a climb up to the level crossing. Across the viaduct. Behind the farm. And just coming into the new section of track which was laid as the continuation, so round about now was the old section across the joint and into the bridge. To the end. The warship coming down the slope onto the viaduct, under the bridge, around the farm, So this is where all things have to turn around, unfortunately, backwards. So eventually 3 more modules, well two to build, and we'll have the turnaround. Coming into the station throat, will it make me look good or bad? All good. Okay, the bridge. Well, as you know, I bought 2 Modulix. Well, I bought actually 3. I bought the girder bridge and I bought these 2 bridges here. And obviously they're designed for 2 tracks, so I've ended up cutting the beds, putting in more cardboard. I've used actually a 3mm piece of MDF as well as the cardboard, which gave you the quite a thin deck with these holes, so quite realistic. I've also, for those that gave me some good feedback on the pillars, which I had initially facing the other way, which would not have worked too well, so I switched those round, and you can see covered them in brick paper, whatever, but I'm quite pleased with how it came out. I also put in these sections here, which are made of card, which sort of finished it off after looking at more bridges on the internet. So the difficulty with this was that from the last video, it was about 6 weeks, and I've worked on it most nights, I'd say, and weekends. But the major difficulty was the very last thing I had to put on apart from these, was the actual bed. So I had to get all this attached and built, and then dig out the XPS board and obviously put it all in, and then I was able to screw it down. So we had a screw here, we had screws on each of the pillars, and it's reasonably flat in terms of horizontal. And I also completed all the rafters, and there was around about 360 individual pieces, and I wish I would have had one of those cutters. I also had to lay the river, which is the same colour as the river that goes under the viaduct, so the idea is that they are part of the same. You can see here I've tried to simulate a bank that's fairly overgrown. No trees as yet. I've also tried to actually weather it as well. And then you can see the decisions I had to make about the deck. So the actual bridge section there, it's not ballasted. It's meant to look like you know, metal on metal or whatever, or on concrete. We've got ballast that comes up to the section here before it goes across the unballasted section. So pretty much what I did was I completed a section of track up to around here somewhere, where my finger is, so then I could lay the track across the join. But I also needed a full metre across the bridge, so I could actually bury the wires that for the bus actually through this section here, so there's no wires underneath at all, which saved me having to try and drill and run wires down. So to give you a look at the wiring, you can see that's the bus. It has one of those connectors, so when I want to lift this out, I just pull that out, split that, and there's your bus wires. And here the same bus wires there. So that's pretty much it. I added the track, the idea being sort of like a riverside track here with a horse box on it, weathered. That's pretty much it, and tried to make it look pretty as realistic as possible. So I'll be looking for the day when the trains can actually go right across without having to stop at the end. But that's it. It's thanks for the feedback, I think from Cole and also from Mark, who makes those wonderful funny if not erotic videos piddle in the marsh. Yeah, so now I'll be thinking about what I'm going to have in that section. The track will now move slightly to the left and then to the right to give me the biggest radius possible, going to where about those boxes are. So yeah, I'll be thinking about what I'm going to have there. So some of the considerations are, the first thing, I actually don't have, when I look at my layout, track that is actually above the scenery, if you like. Most of my scenery seems to be with the track above, with the exceptions of where I've got the bridges. So I'm thinking with the station, there's a couple of things I need in that section. Actually, I'll come to the station in a second, but I need a bit more storage. So definitely a couple of passing loops so I can hold a train at this end. Also I'm thinking about, I'm getting a bit of a passion for the diesels, so I'm thinking about a diesel workshop, whereas I've got sort of a steam one at the moment where I can hold a few diesels and maybe a couple of sidings just for passenger coaches. But in terms of levels, I'm thinking it might be more track above houses and things. So I've been thinking about it for a while, but it's now time for me to think about it, because as this section, which you'll see here, automatically there's a chance there for me to continue with a bit of an embankment, I think, which will be a 4-track embankment, which when you actually look at the layout, this is probably one of the only areas where you've actually, apart from the station, where you've got the 4 tracks together. So it also gives you the opportunity to split them and go different levels, which is what I've done by the farm. So lots to think about, and it's great that I get the feedback. So keep commenting and keep letting me know. Also, like to mention, I follow so many layouts, and there's people who are really fantastic at doing the videos. One is Shelfington. I love the way Ian does those videos, and obviously all the other ones that I've followed for a while, watching them continue. But there's also a channel that started called This Way Works, which is really has been about maintenance and adding decoders, adding Stay Alive, and I've learnt so much from that. And putting up videos so regular. So if you haven't looked at either of those, This Way Works and Shelfington and that, have a look, because they're really good channels, and I'm really enjoying them, and as well as all my old favourites, as I've said. So thanks for that, and I will see you on the next one. I might have a bit of a break now, because it's been pretty intense to get this bridge finished, but I am pleased with it. So thanks a lot. See you on the next one. Bye.